This is Max and Mia podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Max and Mia podcast. I'm Matthew.
And I'm Rachel. And for those who don't know, Matthew and I have this space every Wednesday to dig into something a little different. You'll still hear Max and Mia every Friday, Sunday, and Monday as usual. But today is a good one, Matthew.
It really is. And I want you to think about something for a second. How many hours have you spent studying grammar rules, memorizing lists of verbs, doing exercises, checking boxes?
And be honest, does it actually make you feel confident when you're speaking? Or do you still freeze up when a real conversation starts?
That's the problem, right? You can know every rule in the book and still struggle to just talk naturally without translating everything in your head first.
So today we're doing something different. No grammar. Zero. We're not going to explain a single rule. Today's episode is a listening episode. You're just going to listen to us have a real, natural conversation, the way native speakers actually talk to each other. No script that sounds fake, no forced vocabulary lists.
And here's the thing. This isn't just a nice idea we came up with. It's actually backed by real research. It's called contextual learning. Your brain picks up language much faster when it hears words inside a real situation, instead of memorizing them alone on a page.
Exactly. And we also build these episodes around something called chunking, where you learn small groups of words together, the way they naturally go together, instead of one isolated word at a time.
And honestly, this is the same method Rachel and I use when we're learning a new language ourselves. It's not just something we teach, it's something we actually practice.
So here's what I want you to do. Put your phone down, or don't, actually. You can listen to this on your way to work, while you're getting ready, during your commute to school, whenever.
Just relax and let your brain do what it already knows how to do. You don't need to force anything today. No pressure, no notes, no repeating after us. Just listen. Let the rhythm of the language sink in. Let your ears get used to how English really sounds when people aren't slowing down for a textbook.
And by the end of this episode, you're going to feel it. That little spark of confidence. That feeling of, wait, I actually understood that whole conversation. So get comfortable, because this next conversation is going to feel real. Are you ready?
I'm ready, Rachel. Let's get into it. Okay, Rachel, let me ask you something. Do you like shopping?
That's a loaded question. I do, but only certain kinds. Grocery shopping? Not really my thing. Clothes shopping? Now that's a different story.
Right. There's a big difference between shopping for stuff you need and shopping just because it's fun.
Exactly. What about you? Are you a planner, or do you just walk in and grab whatever catches your eye?
Honestly, I used to be a total impulse buyer. I'd walk into a store for one thing and leave with 5 bags.
Oh, no.
I've gotten better, though. Now I actually make a list before I go anywhere.
That's smart. I feel like I fall somewhere in the middle. I plan the big stuff, but if I see something on sale, forget it. I'm buying it.
See, that's the thing about sales. They get you every single time.
They really do. Do you prefer shopping online or going to an actual store?
Depends what it is. For clothes, I like trying things on in person. For pretty much everything else, online, no question.
Same. Online is just easier, but there's nothing like walking around a store when you're not in a rush.
True. All right, so let's talk about some situations you might actually run into when you're shopping, especially if you're in an English-speaking country.
Good idea. So you walk up to the register, and the cashier is going to ask you something pretty standard.
Right. Something like, will that be cash or card? Or how would you like to pay?
And sometimes they'll ask, do you have a rewards card with us, or would you like to sign up for our membership?
Oh, and don't forget the classic, did you find everything okay? That one always throws people off if they're not expecting it.
It's just small talk, but if you don't know it's coming, you kind of freeze.
Totally. And if something's on sale or you're trying to return an item, you might hear, do you have your receipt? Or is this a gift return?
And if you're trying something on, an employee might come up and ask, "Can I start a fitting room for you?"
That phrase throws a lot of learners off because it's not literal at all.
It's not, is it? Okay, so now let's get into the good part. 3 useful chunks for shopping situations.
All right, chunk number 1, I'm just browsing. You say this when someone asks if you need help, but you're not really looking for anything specific yet.
That's such a useful one. It sounds so much more natural than saying, "No, I don't need help."
Exactly. It keeps things polite and casual. Chunk number 2, do you have this in a different size? Super common, super practical.
And you'll hear that phrase or some version of it in pretty much every clothing store ever.
For sure. And chunk number 3, I'll take it. Short, simple, and it's what native speakers actually say once they've decided to buy something.
Ugh, I love that one. It's so natural. You don't need anything fancy, just, "I'll take it," and you're done.
Those 3 right there will get you through most shopping situations without even thinking twice.
All right, so that's shopping for now.
Okay, Rachel, now I have to ask, do you actually like your job?
Wow, straight to it. Honestly, yeah, most days I do. It took me a while to get here, though.
Same. I think a lot of people don't love their first job, and that's normal.
So true. What was your first job, actually?
I worked at a coffee shop. Terrible hours, but I learned a lot about dealing with people.
Mine was at a small store folding clothes all day. Not glamorous at all.
Nobody's first job is glamorous. So how did you go from that to what you're doing now?
Honestly, it was small steps. I took an internship, then a junior role, and I just kept learning along the way.
Same story for me. Nobody just jumps straight to their dream job.
Definitely not. Do you work remote now, or do you go into an office?
I'm fully remote, actually. I love it, but it took some getting used to.
I'm hybrid, so I go in a couple days a week. Honestly, I like the mix.
What do you like most about working from home?
No commute, for sure, and I can work in my own space, at my own pace.
Same here. Though sometimes I miss just talking to people in person.
That's the tricky part, isn't it? Okay, now let's talk about some common situations at work.
Good idea. So, one thing that comes up a lot is when your boss asks, "Do you have a minute to talk?"
Oh, that phrase can be scary, honestly, even for native speakers.
It really can. Or in meetings, someone might say, "Let's circle back to that later."
That one's super common. It just means they want to talk about it again another time.
Exactly. And if you're new somewhere, you'll probably hear, "Feel free to reach out if you need anything."
That's such a polite way of saying, just ask if you're stuck.
All right, let's get into some useful chunks for work situations.
Chunk number 1. I'm on it. You say this when someone gives you a task and you want to say you're starting right away.
Simple, but it sounds so much more natural than "I will do it now."
Chunk number 2. Let me get back to you on that. Perfect for when you need more time before answering something.
That one's useful in almost any work situation, actually.
And chunk number 3, I'll follow up with you. You use this when you want to continue a conversation later, maybe by email or a message.
Those 3 chunks alone will make you sound way more natural in any work conversation.
For sure. Okay, that's work for now.
Okay. Has anyone ever asked you something and you just froze? Like, why would you even ask me that?
Oh, all the time. There are just certain questions that catch you completely off guard.
Right? Like the classic, "So, when are you having kids?"
Oh no. Or the one everyone hates. Why are you still single?
That one's brutal. People ask it like it's totally normal small talk.
And it's usually family members too, at some big dinner in front of everyone.
Exactly. And you're just sitting there like, "Please, someone change the subject."
What about work stuff? Like, how much money do you make?
Oh, that's a huge one. Some cultures ask that so casually, but in English-speaking countries, it can feel really invasive.
Same with, how old are you? It depends a lot on the situation, but it can catch people off guard.
And don't forget, "Why did you gain weight?" Or, "You look tired. Are you okay?" Those comments come from a place of concern sometimes, but they can still sting.
They really can. So the question is, how do you actually handle these moments without being rude, but also without oversharing?
That's the key. You don't have to answer everything. You can be polite and still protect your own space.
Totally. So let's go through a few of these and think about how you might respond.
Okay, so if someone asks about kids or getting married, you could say something like, "We'll see what happens. I'm not really thinking about that right now."
That's a great one. It's honest, but it doesn't give them any extra details to dig into.
Exactly. Or if someone asks about your salary, you could just say, "I'd rather keep that private, but thanks for asking."
Simple and direct, and it shuts the conversation down without being harsh.
What about the classic, "Why are you still single?"
Honestly, I like something light, like, "I guess I'm just enjoying my own company right now."
That's good. It's funny, but it also makes it clear you don't want to go deeper into it.
And if someone comments on your weight or how tired you look, you can just say, "I've just been busy lately, but I appreciate you noticing."
That keeps things polite without confirming or denying anything.
The trick with all of these is staying calm and keeping your tone light. You don't need to get defensive.
Right, because the moment you get defensive, the whole conversation gets awkward for everyone.
Exactly. A smile and a short answer usually does the trick.
Okay, now let's get into some chunks you can actually use in these moments.
Chunk number 1, I'd rather not say. Simple, polite, and it works for almost any personal question you don't want to answer.
I use that one all the time, honestly. It's short, but it gets the message across clearly.
Chunk number 2. Let's just say you use this when you want to give a small answer without going into the full story.
That one's great because it sounds natural, and it leaves the door open for you to move on quickly.
And chunk number 3. That's a bit personal, but this one lets the other person know they crossed a line without sounding rude about it.
I love that one. It's polite, but it still sets a clear boundary.
Those 3 chunks will help you handle almost any uncomfortable question that comes your way.
For real. And honestly, once you start using them, they become second nature pretty fast.
All right, that's awkward questions for now.
So, Rachel, how do you feel about traveling?
Is that even a real question? I love it. I think about my next trip before I've even finished the current one.
Same here, honestly. I get this itch to go somewhere new every few months.
So how many countries have you actually visited?
Let me think. Probably around 15 at this point. What about you?
I think I'm close to 20 now. Traveling is basically my favorite thing to spend money on.
Same, honestly. I'd rather have experiences than things.
What's the most interesting place you've been to?
I'd say Japan. The culture there is so different from anything I'd experienced before.
Oh, I've heard that. Did you learn any fun facts while you were there?
Actually, yeah. Did you know it's considered rude to eat while you're walking down the street there?
Really? I had no idea. That's so different from here.
Right? What about you? Any interesting facts from your trips?
So when I went to Iceland, I learned that they don't really have mosquitoes there, like at all.
Wait, seriously? That sounds amazing, actually.
It is. Small things like that always stick with me more than the big landmarks, honestly.
I feel that. So, what kind of traveler would you say you are? Are you a planner or do you just wing it?
Definitely a planner. I need an itinerary, a list of restaurants, everything mapped out.
I'm the total opposite. I like showing up somewhere and just figuring it out as I go.
That sounds stressful to me, honestly.
It works for me, though. I like the unexpected stuff that happens when you don't plan everything.
I get that, but I'd rather not risk missing something amazing because I didn't do my research.
Fair enough. Do you prefer traveling alone or with people?
Depends on my mood, honestly. Solo trips are great for reflecting, but traveling with friends is just more fun.
Agreed, though traveling with the wrong person can ruin a trip completely.
Oh, don't even get me started on that.
All right, let's talk about some situations you might run into while traveling, especially at airports or hotels.
Good idea. So at the airport, you'll often hear, "Do you have any items to declare?"
Right, and if you're checking a bag, they might ask, would you like to check this bag or carry it on?
And at the hotel, the classic one is, "Would you like a wake-up call?" Or, "How many nights will you be staying with us?"
Oh, and don't forget, do you need help with your luggage? That one comes up a lot too.
True. And if you're asking for directions, you'll probably hear, "It's just a short walk from here," which honestly can mean anything.
It's so true. It's never actually short.
Okay, now let's get into a couple of chunks for traveling.
Chunk number 1, I'm all packed. Simple, and it means you're ready to go.
Perfect for right before a trip or when someone asks if you're prepared.
Chunk number 2, let's play it by ear. You use this when you don't want to plan every detail and you'd rather decide things as you go.
I love that one. It's such a natural way to say you're keeping things flexible.
Those two right there will get you pretty far in any travel conversation.
For sure. All right, that's travel for now.
Okay, what do you actually do in your free time?
Honestly, right now, I'm really into painting. It's become my thing on weekends.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that about you. How long have you been doing it?
Maybe a year now. I started during a really stressful period, and it just stuck.
That's awesome. It's cool how hobbies just kind of find us sometimes.
Totally. What about you? What do you do when you're not working?
I got really into hiking last year. I try to go every other weekend if the weather allows it.
That sounds so peaceful, honestly. Do you go alone or with friends?
Usually with a couple friends, but sometimes I like going by myself too. It clears my head.
I get that. Do you have any other hobbies, or is hiking pretty much it?
I also play guitar, though. I'm nowhere near as good as I'd like to be.
How long have you been playing?
On and off for years, honestly. I keep starting and stopping.
That happens with hobbies sometimes. Life just gets in the way.
Exactly. What made you pick painting over anything else?
I think I just needed something that didn't involve a screen. Everything else in my life felt so digital.
That makes sense. I feel the same way about hiking, honestly. Being outside just feels different.
Would you ever try painting?
Maybe, but I'm pretty sure I have zero artistic talent.
Nobody starts out talented. That's kind of the whole point of a hobby.
Fair point. Do you think hobbies are actually important or just a nice extra?
I think they're important, honestly. They give you a break from work and everything else going on.
Agreed. It's easy to forget to do things just for fun as an adult.
So true. Okay, let's talk about some questions that come up around hobbies.
Good idea. So a common one is, what do you do for fun? You'll hear that a lot in casual conversations.
Or, how did you get into that? People love asking that once they find out about a hobby.
And sometimes you'll get, do you do that professionally or just for fun? Especially if you're actually good at something.
That one always makes me laugh because most people just do things for fun, not to be experts.
True. All right, let's get into a couple of chunks for this topic.
Chunk number 1, I'm really into. You use this to talk about something you're currently interested in or passionate about.
Perfect example. I'm really into hiking lately. Supernatural way to bring up a hobby.
Chunk number 2, it's a great way to unwind. You use this when you're explaining why a hobby helps you relax.
I like that. It sounds way more natural than saying it helps me relax.
Those 2 chunks will help you talk about hobbies in a really natural way.
For sure. All right, that's hobbies for now. And now I have a question for you, Rachel. Would you say you're close with your family?
Yeah, honestly, pretty close. We talk almost every week, even if it's just a quick call.
That's nice. I'm close with mine too, though we're all kind of spread out now.
Oh, same here. My siblings live in different cities, so we mostly catch up online.
Do you have a big family or is it pretty small?
I've got 2 siblings, so I'd say medium-sized. What about you?
I'm the oldest of 3. It was chaotic growing up, honestly.
I can imagine. Being the oldest comes with a lot of responsibility, doesn't it?
It really does. I felt like the built-in babysitter half the time.
That sounds exhausting. Are you close with your siblings now as adults?
Yeah, actually more than when we were kids. We fought constantly back then.
That's funny how that changes. My siblings and I get along way better now, too.
Do you have any family traditions you still keep up with?
We always do a big dinner for birthdays, no matter how busy everyone is.
That's sweet. We do something similar, actually. Everyone gathers for Sunday lunch when we can.
I love traditions like that. They keep everyone connected even when life gets busy.
Definitely. What about extended family? Are you close with cousins, aunts, uncles?
Somewhat. I'm closer with some more than others, honestly. It depends on the person.
That's normal, I think. You can't be equally close with everyone.
True. Do your parents live nearby or far from you?
Pretty far, actually, so I only see them a few times a year.
That must be tough sometimes, especially around holidays.
It is, but we make up for it with long phone calls whenever we can.
That's a good way to stay close, even with the distance.
All right, let's talk about some common questions or situations around family.
Good one. So people often ask, are you close with your family or do you see them often?
And sometimes you'll hear, do you take after your mom or your dad? People love asking that one.
Oh, that's such a classic question. Or, how many siblings do you have? Comes up constantly, too.
True. And if you mention a big family event, people might ask, is your whole family coming?
Right. That one's super common around holidays or celebrations.
All right, let's get into a couple of chunks for this topic.
Chunk number 1. We're pretty close. Simple, and it's exactly what you'd say to describe a tight family bond.
Perfect example. We're pretty close. We talk almost every day.
Chunk number 2, I take after my mom. You use this to say you're similar to a parent in looks or personality.
That's such a natural phrase, way better than saying, I am similar to my mother.
Those 2 chunks will help you talk about family in a really natural way.
For sure. All right, that's family for now.
Okay. Would you say you're a picky eater or do you eat pretty much anything?
Honestly, I'll try almost anything once. I'm not picky at all.
That's good because some people just refuse to try new things.
Right. I feel like you miss out on so much that way. What about you?
I used to be picky, but I've gotten a lot more adventurous with age.
What's the most interesting thing you've ever eaten?
Probably some kind of insect, actually, when I was traveling through Southeast Asia.
No way. How was it?
Honestly, not bad. Kind of crunchy. Tasted a bit like a chip.
That's braver than me. I don't think I could do that.
You'd be surprised what you'll try when you're hungry enough.
Fair point. What's your favorite type of food, if you had to pick just one?
That's so hard, but probably Italian. I could eat pasta every single day.
Same, honestly. Or maybe Mexican food. I love how many flavors are packed into one dish.
Oh, Mexican food is amazing, too. Do you cook a lot at home?
I try to, though I'm definitely better at some dishes than others.
What's your specialty then?
Honestly, breakfast food. I make a mean omelet.
That's a solid skill to have. I'm more of a baker myself.
Oh, nice. What do you bake?
Mostly bread and cookies. There's something so relaxing about baking.
I can imagine. All right, let's talk about some situations around food, like at a restaurant.
Good one. So when you sit down, they might ask, have you dined with us before? Or, can I start you off with something to drink?
And once you order, you'll often hear, how would you like that cooked, especially for meat?
Right. Or, would you like that on the side? If you're ordering something with sauce or dressing.
And at the end, the classic, are you still working on that? Which just means, are you still eating?
That one confuses so many learners at first, honestly.
All right, let's get into some chunks for this topic.
Chunk number 1. I could eat this every day. You use this to talk about a food you really love.
Chunk number 2, I'm not really a fan of. A polite way to say you don't like something without sounding rude.
And chunk number 3, that hit the spot. You say this after eating something really satisfying.
I love that last one. It's so natural after a good meal.
Those 3 chunks will help you talk about food like a native speaker.
For sure. All right, that's food for now.
Okay. Have you ever had a moment where you realized something you thought was normal actually isn't in another culture?
Oh, definitely. I remember being surprised by how direct people were when I visited Germany.
Really? What happened?
Someone just told me straight up they didn't like my idea in a meeting. No sugarcoating at all.
That would catch me off guard too. Where I'm from, people tend to soften things a lot more.
Exactly. It wasn't rude. It was just a completely different communication style.
I had something similar happen in Japan, actually. The concept of personal space there is so different.
How so?
On public transport, everyone stands so close. But socially, people keep a much bigger distance than I'm used to.
That's interesting. It's funny how something so small can feel like a big adjustment.
Right, and it's not just about being polite, it's about not understanding the unwritten rules.
Have you ever accidentally offended someone without realizing it?
Actually, yes. In some countries, tipping is expected, and in others, it can actually be seen as insulting.
Oh, I've heard that. I could see myself messing that up so easily.
It happens to everyone at some point, honestly. You just learn as you go.
What about food customs? Any surprises there?
Definitely. In some places, finishing everything on your plate is polite, and in others, it means you're still hungry.
That seems so easy to get backwards.
It really is. Little things like that make traveling such a learning experience.
Agreed. All right, let's talk about some common situations or questions around cultural differences.
Good one. So you might hear, is that considered rude here? When someone's unsure about local customs.
Or, how do people usually greet each other in your country? That one comes up constantly when meeting new people.
And sometimes you'll hear, I didn't mean to offend you, when someone realizes they crossed a line without knowing it.
True. All right, let's get into a couple of chunks for this topic.
Chunk number 1. That's not really a thing where I'm from. You use this to explain a cultural difference in a casual way.
Chunk number 2. I wasn't used to that at first. Perfect for describing something that felt strange when you first experienced it.
Those 2 chunks will help you talk about cultural differences in a really natural way.
For sure. All right, that's cultural clashes for now.
Okay, what's your favorite season?
Oh, that's easy. Fall. There's just something about it. The colors, the cooler air. Everything about it feels cozy to me.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm a summer person through and through.
Of course you are. Why summer, though?
Honestly, I just love the heat. Long days, being outside until it's dark. It feels like life slows down a bit.
I get that. But I can't handle the humidity where I live. It's brutal by August.
Fair point. Do you have 4 distinct seasons where you're from, or does it stay pretty much the same all year?
We get all 4, though winter's pretty mild compared to some places. What about you?
Same, though our summers get really intense, like triple-digit heat for weeks at a time.
That sounds miserable, honestly. I don't think I could handle that.
You get used to it, actually. What do you usually do differently depending on the season?
In fall, I basically live in sweaters, and I get way more into cooking. Soups, stews, that kind of thing.
That's so wholesome. In summer, I barely cook at all. It's mostly grilling or just eating whatever's easiest.
Classic summer laziness. What about winter? Do you like it at all?
Honestly, winter is my least favorite. I don't do well with the short days.
Same, actually. I think that's when I feel the least motivated to do anything.
Right? It's like your whole body wants to hibernate.
Exactly. Though I do love the holidays that come with it. That helps a lot.
True. Winter would be so much worse without the holidays breaking it up.
What about spring? I feel like people either love it or barely notice it.
I actually love spring. Everything feels like it's waking up again after winter.
That's a nice way to put it. Do you notice allergies, though? Spring destroys me every year.
Oh, I feel for you. I got lucky. Allergies don't really bother me.
Must be nice. I basically stock up with tissues the second spring starts.
Do you think where you grew up shaped which season you like most?
Probably, honestly. I grew up somewhere with really beautiful falls, so I think that stuck with me.
That makes sense. I grew up somewhere really hot, so summer just feels like home to me.
It's funny how that works. Would you ever want to live somewhere with just one season?
No way. I think I'd get bored. I like having something to look forward to.
Same, honestly. The changing seasons kind of give the year some structure.
Exactly. It would be strange if every day felt the same. Do you dress differently depending on the season, or do you kind of wear the same stuff year-round?
Oh, completely differently. My closet basically flips twice a year.
Same here. I have a whole box of sweaters that just sits in the closet all summer.
That's so real. Okay, last question. If you had to pick a season to skip completely, which one would it be?
Winter, no contest. You?
Probably summer, honestly. I'll take the cold over the humidity any day.
See, that's what makes this such a fun question. Everyone's answer is different.
It really is. All right, let's talk about some common questions people ask about seasons.
Good one. So people often ask, what's your favorite season and why? That one comes up constantly in small talk.
Or does it get really cold or really hot where you live? People love asking that one once they find out where you're from.
True. And sometimes you'll hear, do you prefer hot weather or cold weather, as a quick way to get to know someone.
Right, and if you mention traveling, people might ask, what's the best time of year to visit?
That one's super useful, actually, especially when you're planning a trip somewhere new.
All right, let's get into a couple of chunks for this topic.
Chunk number 1. I'm not really a fan of the heat. A simple way to express your general feeling about weather without going into detail.
Chunk number 2. It's finally starting to feel like fall. You use this when the weather starts matching the season.
That one's so natural. Native speakers say some version of that all the time.
Those 2 chunks will help you talk about seasons in a really natural way.
For sure. All right, that's seasons for now.
Okay. Would you say you're an active person?
Depends on the week, honestly. Some weeks I'm at the gym every day. Other weeks I don't move at all.
That's so relatable. I try to stay pretty consistent, but it's a real effort.
What's your go-to workout?
Running, mostly. There's something about it that just clears my head.
I could never get into running. My knees hate me enough already.
Fair. What do you do instead?
Weightlifting, mainly. I like seeing progress in numbers. It keeps me motivated.
That makes sense. Do you play any sports, or is it mostly just working out?
I play basketball with some friends on weekends. Nothing serious, just for fun.
That sounds like a good balance, honestly. Do you follow any sports as a fan?
Definitely. I'm a huge basketball fan. I watch way more games than I probably should.
I'm the opposite. I can't sit through a whole game. I get bored too easily.
That's fair. Not everyone's into watching. What about you? Did you play any sports growing up?
I did. Gymnastics for years, actually. It was intense, but I loved it.
Wow, I didn't know that about you. Do you still do anything like that now?
Not really, but I think it's why I got into running. I still need that physical outlet.
That makes total sense. Do you work out alone, or do you prefer having a workout partner?
Alone, definitely. I like being able to go at my own pace.
See, I need a partner, or I just don't show up. Accountability is everything for me.
That's so real, honestly. A lot of people are like that.
What time of day do you usually work out?
Mornings, before anything else gets in the way. If I wait until evening, it just doesn't happen.
Same logic, but on the opposite, I work out at night. It helps me wind down.
Interesting. I feel like that would keep me too wired to sleep.
It's the opposite for me, honestly. It tires me out completely.
Do you ever get those days where you just don't want to go at all?
Constantly. But I've learned that once I start, I almost never regret it.
That's so true. It's always the getting started part that's the hardest.
Exactly. Have you ever gotten injured from exercising?
Yeah, actually, I sprained my ankle running a couple years ago. Took me months to fully recover.
Oof, that's rough. I threw my back out lifting once. Worst pain of my life.
See, this is why I stick to running.
Fair enough. Do you think exercise affects your mood, or is it just physical for you?
Oh, completely mental too. If I skip too many days, I can actually feel my mood drop.
Same. Exercise is honestly half the reason I stay sane during busy weeks.
Couldn't agree more. All right, let's talk about some common situations around sports and exercise.
Good one. So at the gym, someone might ask, "Are you using this machine?" Or, "How many more sets do you have?"
And if you're joining a team or a class, you'll probably hear, "Have you done this before?" Or, "Do you need a partner?"
True. And with sports fans, you'll hear things like, "Did you catch the game last night?" Constantly.
Right. That one comes up so much in casual conversation, even with people who don't really follow sports.
All right, let's get into some chunks for this topic.
Chunk number 1. I'm trying to get back into shape. You use this when you're returning to exercise after a break.
Chunk number 2, I never miss leg day. A playful gym phrase, but also just a fun way to say you're consistent about something.
And chunk number 3, that was a close game. You use this after watching a match that was really competitive.
Those 3 chunks will help you talk about sports and exercise like a native speaker.
For sure. All right, that's exercise and sports. For now.
Okay. What's your favorite holiday or special date during the year?
Honestly, my birthday. I know that sounds a little self-centered, but I love making a whole thing out of it.
Nothing wrong with that. What about actual holidays, though?
Probably New Year's Eve. I love that whole fresh start feeling.
I'm the opposite. New Year's always feels a little anticlimactic to me. I'm more of a Thanksgiving person.
Oh, I get that. All the food and no gift pressure.
Exactly. It's just about being together, honestly. Do you usually spend holidays with family or friends?
Family mostly, though as I've gotten older, I've started doing more stuff with friends too.
Same, honestly. My friend group does a big dinner every year around the holidays now.
That's so nice. Do you have any traditions specifically for your birthday?
Not really, honestly. I just try to spend it with people I care about.
That's sweet. I always make my own cake, actually. It's become my little tradition.
Wait, you bake your own birthday cake?
Every year, yeah. I like being in control of exactly how it turns out.
That's actually really cute. Do you celebrate anniversaries of things or just the big holidays?
I keep track of little anniversaries, honestly, like the day I moved to this city, stuff like that.
I've never thought to do that, but I like the idea. What made you start?
I think it just helps me appreciate how much time has passed and how much has changed.
That's a really nice way to look at it. What's a holiday from another culture that you wish you celebrated?
Oh, definitely Diwali. Everything I've seen about it looks so beautiful. All the lights.
That does look amazing. For me, it's probably Carnival. The energy just seems incredible.
I could see you loving that, honestly. It fits your personality.
I'll take that as a compliment. Do you give gifts on most holidays or just a few specific ones?
Just a few, honestly. Mainly birthdays and end-of-year holidays. I try not to overdo it.
Same. I feel like gift-giving loses its meaning if you do it for every single occasion.
Exactly. It should feel special, not routine. Do you plan things far in advance or last minute?
Painfully last minute, honestly. It's a bad habit of mine.
I plan everything weeks ahead. It drives some of my friends crazy.
I could use some of that energy, honestly. What's the most memorable celebration you've ever had?
Probably my last birthday, actually. My friends surprised me with a trip I had no idea about.
Wait, that's amazing. How did they keep it a secret?
Honestly, I still don't know. I'm usually good at figuring these things out.
That's the best kind of surprise, then. All right, let's talk about some common questions around special dates.
Good one. So people often ask, what are you doing for your birthday this year? Or, any big plans for the holidays?
And around specific celebrations, you'll hear, how do you usually celebrate that where you're from?
True. That one comes up a lot when people are curious about different cultures.
And sometimes people ask, did you do anything special this year, right after a holiday has passed?
All right, let's get into some chunks for this topic.
Chunk number 1, we're making a big deal out of it this year. You use this when a celebration is going to be bigger than usual.
Chunk number 2, It's become a bit of a tradition, perfect for describing something you do every year without fail.
And chunk number 3, I'm not really one for big celebrations. A polite way to say you prefer things low-key.
Those 3 chunks will help you talk about special dates in a really natural way.
For sure. All right, that's special dates for now.
All right, so that's it for today's episode, Matthew.
It really flew by, honestly. We covered a lot. Seasons, exercise, sports, special dates.
And hopefully by now you're feeling that little spark we talked about at the beginning. That feeling of, wait, I actually followed all of that.
Exactly. Remember, you don't need to understand every single word to get better at this. Your brain is already doing the work in the background, even if it doesn't feel like it yet.
That's the beauty of listening practice. It's quiet progress, but it's real progress.
So if you want to get the most out of this episode, listen to it again. Maybe tomorrow, maybe on your commute this week.
Every time you listen, you're going to pick up something new. A phrase, a rhythm, a chunk you missed the first time around.
And don't forget those chunks we went through today. Try using one of them in an actual conversation this week, even just once.
That's honestly the fastest way to make them stick. Using it beats memorizing it every single time.
Couldn't agree more. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend who's also learning, or leave us a review. It genuinely helps the podcast grow.
And remember, Max and Mia will be back with a new episode, and we'll see you right back here next Wednesday for another listening episode.
Until then, keep listening, keep practicing, and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
That's how you actually get there. Thanks for spending this time with us today.
Take care, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye, everyone. Bye.